Okay, so hello everybody and welcome aboard. This is the second, well, I suppose it's not for you guys, I'll be uploading them one a day. But this is hopefully the second flight on the Fokker 28. This time we're taking, we'll just cheat a little bit now. This time we're taking another different aircraft. Got G-Stan from Inverness, which is where we're at now. A few miles that way, down the Great Glen, towards Glasgow. So we've currently got Glasgow Tower active on VATSIM. If you hear any booms, it's because I'm using VATtastic to make sure he's still active when we get there. Okay. So let's get into the airplane. So shifting. Just open the doors. Okay, now we need to get into the aircraft. Obviously it's just come in onto blocks, so make sure ground power's connected and the call button is depressed. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just tune in the navigational radio frequencies. So on the nav2 we'll tune 109.20, flick that onto the active side and then tune 115.40, which is the Glasgow VOR. Okay, so we're going to get out of here with a little bit of a hurry going on. So, okay, we'll pretend the passengers have got on board the aircraft. So we can push that button again. Shift E3. Okay, that should be that door closing now. No, Shift E. Shift E. It's on the drawbacks of not having just a panel which you can click onto. That's another problem I bugbears with this aircraft. Okay, request for prep for pushback and departure. As you can see, I haven't configured this with GSX yet properly, but we'll be taking nose to the left, tail to the right. There's the pushback tug. Okay, so first thing, also what we need to do is get onto the Unicom frequency, which is 122 Alright, 122.80. No, 122. Alright. It's the first time I've flown this aircraft on the VATSIM now. I wonder if it... no. There we go. Okay, so 122.80. There we go, 122.8. Yes, we've got a little bit of noise going on. I'm just going to
departure check completed. Flight has been inserted. Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear.
So I'm just going to again use the cheaty startup system. I'm going to mute that because that's just really hurting my ears now. So we'll just use the cheat startup and do Control E. I would not be doing it unless it was a flight like this. Obviously, nose wheel steering is off for the pushback. But it's just because, again, I'm not familiar with this aircraft to the extent I'd like to be, which is why I'm doing this series, to allow me to familiarise myself with it, and to allow you guys to see kind of you know, the transition from flying largely a aircraft such as the PMDG 737 and Dash AQ400 style flying to this. Okay. Oh, Manchester's just come online. We might head down there after we do Glasgow. Or we'll do some base training. I'm just going to confirm the flight plan has been filed. Yep, it's filed it twice now. It's just ever since I got told off by Bremen Centre for not filing a flight plan. I'm still determined that one was not my fault. What we can do, however, is jump back inside because I haven't got a functioning version of EasyDock. Hopefully this will change. Okay, those should have been on. So if we just got the external view now, it's going to be a night flight by the time we finish because it's about 10 PM now. So, well, it's 10 PM same time. I'm just gonna do that. Alright, well, we've done it anyway. So, yeah, as I say, it's the combination of this aircraft with Sim 720 scenery. I've got to say I've seen more realistic, but compared to where we've come from in the last 10 years, this is rather impressive if you ask me. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll do before takeoff memory items. Landing lights on, taxi lights on, I don't care, I'm blinding him. Strobe lights on, and I'm just going to use the Mode C transponder through my VATSIM client. Okay, and I'll transmit on Unicom. So, AUK 11234, taking off, GP, runway, I believe that runway over there's 24, that's 05. There we go. Transmission complete. He's there. Can we go yet? Left is clear, right is clear. Right, we're out of here. Probably tell us to reset our brakes. Okay, brakes, they're tapped, they work. So yeah, we'll just do, again, tapping the toe pedals, just to get us around, because obviously in the first flight we discovered that the aircraft wasn't quite, I wonder what that switch does, wasn't quite as agile on the ground as we thought it was at higher speeds. So I'm just making the changes as required. Okay, so let's just go straight for departure. Rotate. Okay. But there we go. Positive right landing gear on its way up. Okay. Okay, so we're now just going to roll to the left on a heading of 192. So what I can do is I can scroll that around onto 192. Okay, that's because 192 outbound from the VOR here at Inverness. So I'm just fine-tuning that course bug. There we go. So what we'll do is we'll just again bring the heading selector around onto that heading. It's a night. We're going to turn it into a night flight this, so that's going to be quite interesting. We're using Active Sky real-world weather. It's being filmed on the 23rd of June. So it's a little bit of a back date, which I'm sorry about, guys, but I've got to work ahead of myself because I'm going away for a week. Just over a week and a bit. And it's either that or I don't upload videos for a week, which I don't want to do because I feel bad about doing stuff like that. So at the minute I'm pushing, well, there's actually no point in me giving you this update because I'll probably give it in a vlog, which I'll be making in the nearest futures. I think the issue with this aircraft is the gauges are completely different to what they are on most current jets. So it does confuse you. You confuse yourself a lot when you're doing this. I will just re-establish inbound. So yeah, we can just do that. Okay, the other thing we can do is we can tune the Glasgow VOR on the other side, which we already have done because I forgot we did that during the pre-flight before we started the video. Did I do that one after I started the video? Not quite sure now. Okay, so yeah, we can pitch to climb a bit now. So we'll just pull back to about a quarter nose up trim, which should give us a nice climb right. We're now flat plus, gears up, flaps up, lights out. We're clear of the TMA, so that's off, that's off. And the reason I'm taking those off is purely because there's actually no point in having them on. Climbing a little bit rapidly now. We'll go for an eighth for trim. We'll climb in quite quickly, obviously. So, but yeah, as I say, it's a very nice aircraft. I've kind of grown used to its quirks, so it's very, very fun to fly. Okay, so I'll just keep it at this kind of a great climb. Just putting a little bit of power off there. And there we go. So I'll just again switch us to a nice external view for a bit. Actually, what we can do is we can go back inside. Apologies for the thing there. And I believe I filed for 11,000 feet. So we'll just climb up a little bit further. We're climbing through 7,000 now, I believe. So we've got about 4,000 feet to go. So what we can do for then is we can switch the power on for the autopilot. Actually, what we can do is I've remembered where the pan light switch is, so all these systems can come on, which just gives us a much nicer illumination of the flight deck. For the fact that I'm flying reasonably late at night, and I've just managed to pass to the other side of the centre line. But we're currently apparently overhead the VOR at Inverness, so there's we're 8 miles now, so that's out of the bit where it doesn't actually know what it's doing, because all VORs have 3 degrees up from them have a area where they're not really sure which way you're flying, so you can't use them for navigation within that band. But that's just little things like that make VOR navigation flying just that little bit funner. Okay, so we're now just going to transition the QNH to 29902. It's easier to do it on the backup because we've passed transition altitude in the UK, which is 6,000 feet in this part of the UK, I believe. Okay, so we'll now just do the turn on course. We'll just use the bit of the nose. Okay. So yeah, it's a very nice night out there. I've got to say, surprisingly non-rainy for Scotland. I've got away with making that dig. I'm surprised. What is happening in Scotland? So, we can now think about how far we're to go outbound. We'll wait for another a few more miles. We'll wait till we get to 11,000, and then we'll engage the Glasgow VOR, and then we'll have to start talking to Glasgow Tower. So what we'll do is he's on 118.8, so we'll tune him in. Right, so actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do that. And swirl that around. It's fairly low frequency. Oh no, that's on COM 2. Silly me. We have that problem again, aren't we? Alright, what I'll do is I'll do the level off, which we're closing in on. Got about 600 feet to go to the level off, so just a little bit of back trim there. Okay, when we go for the level off, there's going to be a lot happens, so I'm just going to do as much of it as I can now. Okay, coming for the level off, and there. So I'll just down-gauge, and then I'll reach down here, engage the autopilot, engage the beam to be heading mode. So we'll just fly it should fly itself now. Okay, we'll just engage the beam to be nav mode. That'll be simpler. Nav mode, and beam. So if I then just rotate the course knob, right, that's not leveling off. No, the autopilot hasn't engaged. Okay. Sorry guys, it's this thing always. I don't like old-fashioned autopilots, as I've mentioned in the previous video with this aircraft. I just don't. I'm sorry, I don't. Right, power's now ready for the autopilot. Engage the autopilot as and when we're ready, which will be at 11,000, if I can get enough down pressure. Just put a lot of power out. and then trim forward a bit. Make sure it'll drop down to 11,000. Or I can go autopilot engaged. There we go, autopilot's now engaged. Okay, and altitude hold off. Just descend a bit. Come on. Alright, hey, I'll take 11,100. Actually went where IFR, so that's not acceptable. So if I just say pitch down, we'll go out of altitude mode, and just have to pitch down a bit. There we go, altitude mode, and that's just going to capture. That's within the acceptable limit. So we'll pull the power off a little bit, fasten seatbelt signs on, non-smoking zone, because we're flying in the modern world, as they say. Okay. Now we're at 30 miles, so we'll just try the switch over, see how that goes. 115.4, 74 miles, there we go. Bang on, we're actually bang centered on it. So we've got 80 miles to go until we reach Glasgow. So we're about 35, we're going to aim to descend. So yeah, we'll just have a look around the externals of the aircraft. I'm just going to see if I can see myself on Fantastic. Yes, I can. Apparently we're heading off at an angle towards Glasgow. Well, when we come under Glasgow control, we can go for a little bit of radar vectoring. A little bit of radar vectoring. ILS. And we'll do the visual. We'll ask for a visual. Hopefully he'll not try and give us the ILS approach to Glasgow. Okay, what we'll do is we can just look at again, once I get Easy.Camera working in FSX Steam Edition. Okay, so I'm just gonna right. Well, I suppose yeah, we're facing off, but we're actually just flying with very strong crosswind. Yeah, that's what it is. Just the 90 knot crosswind component is what the aircraft doesn't like. Just give it a little bit. Ooh, got 100 brevs extra power. There we go. Apparently, the injection point shouldn't be on. So yes, if you've got any questions, queries, quibbles, I believe the what the phrase they use in education now is. Do give me a shout on comment in the comment section on Facebook, www.facebook.com. I believe it's /SilverbirdActual. I'll double confirm that for you now as we speak. Obviously, yes, it is. Yep. All the W's. Facebook.com /SilverbirdActual. Yeah. What more can I say? Silverbird. We've got. Check us out on Facebook. Give us a shout in the comment section if there's anything you'd like me to fly, or anything you perhaps think I don't fly, and I should. Do please let me know, because I love. I do it for you guys more than anything else. So. But anyway. So we're now. Yeah, we're now. What I'll do is I'll just adjust the course selector for that station. So actually, since I've just realised that we've got the iPoint tool instead of EasyDock, that was the flight planning tool. That could potentially spur the aircraft to turn, could it? Hopefully it can. There we go, turning. We can also just swirl the heading bug around onto the new course, which is 196. Is it going to make the turn? I don't know. Yeah. As I say, guys, give me a shout if there's anything you think I haven't covered and I should have. And this is just going to go mad now. But yeah, so as I say, Edinburgh got Glasgow Tower is on. Looks like we might be arriving about the same time. Actually, quite significantly later than than Easy 52 Kilo Alpha, who's arriving into Glasgow currently. And yeah, we'll probably make another video tonight as well. Also, if I do forget to mention this and get told off for it, down below in the comment section will be a link to Rosie Davies' GoFundMe page. If you like what you're watching, either please do donate to her, because she's a very inspirational young lady. As I say, I will have done by the time this video comes out, hopefully, a 24-hour live stream to raise funds for her. So as I say, I don't know how that's going to turn out, but if you can, please do donate to her below. I do not see any of that money, so I cannot do any naughty things with it. I assure you, it's not my page, so through GoFundMe I can't even access the page to see who the donations came from. So don't worry, it's completely nasty person proof, should I say. Just move forward a bit. Yeah, it's quite nice view, that, actually. If you take out the bit where the heads our head's actually through the windscreen of the screen. That's alright. Anyway, so we're now at 54 miles to go to Glasgow. What I can do is just swing the COM1 around and do a COM check with him, which would give me a little bit of time to eliminate any potential issues. Actually, I haven't got the 118.80, and we'll just swing that across. Oh my word, no. But now I know where to click for that. 80, there we go. Okay, let's just talk to Glasgow Tower for a little bit. Glasgow Tower, this is UK Air 11234 requesting a radio check. Over.
Air 11234, as Glasgow Tower, reading you 5, sir.
UK Air 11234, reads you 5x5. Also, we'll be with you in 10. Ooh, he can hear me, and he reads me 5x5. I love him. And he's got the best accent ever. Oops, that should have been on. Sorry, I didn't realise the aircraft actually hadn't turned those on. Okay. I'm just going to confirm that's recording. I'm going to jump off its frequency for a little while, just because obviously we need to be able to see anything going on Unicom. What we can do, however, is swing Unicom onto the COM2 frequency, which is 122.8, which we've got right there. So if we swing that over onto that, we can then go on to Glasgow Tower and listen to any traffic going on with him. Okay, so that's going to go. So yeah, we're currently, if we look that way, yeah, clouds. We're in Scotland. I forgot we were in Scotland. Sorry, guys. But okay, yeah, it's clouds up front. What we can...
This afternoon, EC flying 2 off. We'll be sending altitude 3,000 feet. We are on the Maytag runway 23.
EG 52 Kilo Alpha, Glasgow Tower, good afternoon to you. Continue your approach, report established on the localizer.
Okay, report established, EC flying 2 off.
I was just totally lost what I was doing there mentally. Sorry guys. 129.57.
First contact, Glasgow, information, Delta, time 1450, runway is 23, surface wind 220, 10 knots, visibility 10 kilometer or more, broken 4,200 feet, temperature plus 1 meter, dew point plus 10, QNH 1017, threshold QFE 1016, ground is closed. Acknowledge receipt of information, Delta, and advise aircraft type on first contact, Glasgow, information, Delta, time...
Alright, so it's just swung over to Delta. Okay, so we can call back that we have Delta. What we'll probably do actually is the first officer's thing independent of mine or not? Because actually no, we'll come in on QFE just for a bit of a change. So yeah, we've got 35 miles to go. So at this point, I did indicate that we would start descending. So the autopilot will come out. The seatbelt sign can come on. So can the landing lights, so can the taxi lights. Okay, so we'll just nose over now. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be coming on a base to land onto runway 22. It's kind of a loose base. It's actually quite a nice lineup we've got. If I can work this well, it's quite a nice lineup.
Tower Design 2 Kilo Alpha ILS 23 established.
BD 52 Kilo Alpha, runway 23 clear to land, the wind 220 degrees, 10 knots.
Good land, runway 23, BD 52 Kilo Alpha.
Okay, so we'll check in with them on. We'll check in with them at about 10 miles, so a little while from now. Oh, it's sad. I'd love to be in the tower when he finds out what we actually are. A cluster of nuts and bolts flying in very close formation. That's what we are. So I'm going to just do a little bit of housekeeping now. There we go. So I've got the okay. Well, actually, we're checking at 15 because he checked on the checked in just as he was arriving on the ILS. There's nobody else to talk to. So, yeah. Weather configuration. And so the weather's just going to change a little, I think. Because I've just realised I misconfigured the weather. Okay, so we're descending through 6,000 in a few moments. Yes, not particularly bad weather, I've got to say. Descending about 119 knots. I'm actually quite pleased with this. Okay, what range is that? Yeah, we're not within his controlled airspace yet. We're a long way out. So yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of flying. Again, as I say, I'm going to try and get as many videos as I can because I'm trying to work ahead of myself, so that I have all of the some videos to publish when I'm away. So we'll see what I can do. Alright, Keflavik Centre's online. That's not a common sight. Ooh, Zagreb Centre's online as well. We'll probably do a flight to Manchester, then down, then down to Gatwick. Okay, that's 25 miles. Yeah, we'll have a look outside for a little bit. So you can see, as I say, the lights are very nicely modelled. I believe these are the same volumetric lights that we used on the Canberra PR9 by Just Flight. So yeah. But yeah, as I say, Active Sky Next taking care of the weather on this trip. Oops. There we go. Yeah. As I say, any questions, post them in the comment section. Don't hesitate to. If it's anything, I'll do my best to answer it. That's what my award at college was for. The most likely to answer questions. So now we're actually past 6,000, so we'll just level off now. Accelerate a little. Just trimming back. Okay, well, we'll contact the tower now. I suppose there's another aircraft coming into land. So, Glasgow Tower, good evening. UK 11. Disregard. Oh well. Good evening, Glasgow Tower, UK 11234, with you, with information Delta at 24 DME to Glasgow VOR to land runway 23. That was the longest transmission I've ever made in my life.
UK Air 11234, good afternoon to you. Can you accept an ILS approach runway 23?
Affirm, but we would prefer visual. Over.
UK Air 11234, roger, visual approach. 1123.
Visual approach to runway 23, self vectoring, UK 11234. Yeah, type that call sign just using random combination of letters and numbers. Well, except for the UK air bit, obviously, because, you know, we're flying UK, Air UK. Oh, got the call sign in the wrong order. Oh well. Oops. So I'm just gonna have to, I'm also getting my pen ready. I've got another pen that I can use. Yeah, I do. Just the pen I'm using is kind of nearly dead, so I'm going to need another one for when I start at my arrival. So it's 10 DME. Can we see the airport? I'm trying to memorise what Glasgow looks like. I'll remember what Glasgow looks like. Glasgow Airport's quite close to this river, I believe. It's 15 miles away, so we should be able to see it. You can generally see traffic within 5, so. When we get to 5 DME, I'll get a wind check, which will dictate our final approach speed.
And diary 20 gear after from a vacated Echo 1.
PC 52 fuel Alpha, taxi to stand 7 via taxi wiggle.
Okay.
And taxi stand 7 via Golf EC 52 gear off.
Okay. Okay, before we end up doing something we don't know about, yeah, so I'm happy. We're actually just a very slight descent now, which I'm actually okay with. Yeah, it's actually quite nice of him to just give us the information he did. So we're landing 2-3. We're going to aim to vacate onto Charlie. The easy vacator quite a long way down, but because he's in A320, I believe. Judging by the altitude he was at, it's quite heavy. So, 1210 DME. There's the airport. So, we're now just going to work. So I believe the runway I've zoomed into there, that is most hopefully 2-3. So if I just do this, I've actually ended up set up quite nicely for that approach. Gotta say, not something I expected myself to be able to do. But yeah, we're now well within the TMA for Papa Foxtrot. Yeah, we'll probably head down to. Okay, so yeah, he's about 10 DME from the. I'm at the 10 DME now. Okay, I'll call a base to land. Okay. Glasgow Tower, UK, AUK 11234. Downwind to land. Sorry. Correction. Base to land. Runway right. Base to land. Runway 23. Yeah, he wanted me to do a reasonably fun arrival.
UK Air 11234, Roger, report final.
Wilco 11234. That call sign's just such a mouthful. Okay, yeah, we definitely need to slow down. That by the way wasn't me being horrible to the air traffic. That was just me doing an impersonation of myself. So just close the throttle levers fully now. Gear down. That'll slow us down significantly. Yeah, it's got some terrain there. Terrain, pull up. That's probably Miss A we're at now, so yeah. We'll take a first lump of flap now. I'm just going to confirm it's actually deployed. Second lump now. Okay, 2 lumps of flap. We've got no issue there. Actually, just got a lock spot for the landing. And I'll just pull up my airspeeds. flap full. A little bit of power now. Again, we're a bit on the high side, but no big deal. That's as I was saying, it's quite close to the city centre of Glasgow. Yeah. I think we'll call overhead the river. That's when we'll call finals. I keep thinking that sound is the air traffic controller texting me, but no. It's actually the Fokker is actually quite a nice aircraft to fly. I find it much more easy to fly than the DC-8, which I also got, which I'll probably fly. Actually, yeah, we'll take the TriStar on the next leg. Probably. I haven't decided. Glasgow Tower 11234 is finals to land from 823. There we go. So just a bit of power now. We're a little bit slow.
UK 11234, runway 23 clear to land for 1230 degrees, 10 knots.
Cleared to land 11234. I wonder where 11234 actually came from for me. I don't think I've got GSX is going to work here because it's got the I think the AFCAN's a little bit screwed up here. But we'll see. Because I noticed there was a thing of use this if you're using GSX, but I just didn't understand it, so I didn't use it. Oh, what are those red lights? Are they cars? Switch cars off. There we go. As I say, we're still fairly high on the arrival, but yeah, we're doing the turn, so those must be cars, like brake lights. People commuting home. That's nice. Ooh. Yeah, the problem with this aircraft is that the wind's actually blowing us to the right to left. If that's the wind, that'll be really chuffed. The wind is just off the centre line by the looks of things. Yeah, it's 4 degrees off, so that's next to no crosswind. And we've got ourselves lined up quite nicely now. Okay, there's the landing lights. Again, power comes off, just to allow us to descend. We're a little bit on the low side, obviously, now. But it's no big deal, because we are over the threshold. And just flaring it out. A little bit of a bump. Apparently not. Apparently I floated. For some reason the chocks are still there, which they shouldn't be. Okay. Now I'm just going to take landing light off. There we go.
UK 11234, vacate left 20.
Vacating next left, 11234. So next left should be Charlie. There it is, that's Charlie. Charlie. No. Okay, so we'll just centralise on this. Okay. 11234, vacated Charlie. So we'll just then do the right turn, because that's...
UK 11234, turn right on Alpha, taxi to stand 4 via Alpha and Kilo.
Taxi to stand 4 via Alpha and Kilo. 11234. So it's the right then, it's a... yeah, it's second left. So just remember that. Okay, we can bring flaps up now and get rid of the mode C transponder. Okay. So he's given us number 4, which is actually just on the end of the terminal. So it's probably one of the nicest stands there available. And well done, Adam, you just stopped it. Just get the... No, we're not going to request to follow me. Okay, so we're just going to go on our little merry way. Please don't tell me stand 4's occupied. Is that the AI easy, or is that... Yep, stand 4's occupied. Well, looks like we'll go 5, you'll not notice. Shh. Oh no, that's 6. The easy looks... Huh? This is so confusing. Channel Express, that aircraft's no longer in service, I know that much. So you got 6 left. We'll see. Oh no, we got the turnaround vehicles in place. So yeah, thanks for watching, folks. Welcome to Glasgow, rather wet Glasgow by the looks of the trail we are making with the nose wheel and no other wheels at all. I do need to configure this for GSX. I don't use GSX with the aircraft because it's got its own turnaround facilities, so that's why it's not configured properly. Okay, folks. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next chapter. Bye.